If I were to search your name on Google, what would I find on the first page? Do you think your name would come up? And if it does, that is your personal brand. If it doesn't, that is also your personal brand. See, personal brand or personal branding is a process of letting people know who you are. And it is a story that you want to convey and you want to be in control, right? So today, what I'm going to talk to you all about is how can we not just build a personal brand, but how can we transform it and how can we be in control of the narrative that people think about us or when they talk about us. Personal branding is all about reputation. What do people talk about you when you are not in the room? And that is the narrative that we have to intentionally create in the mind of people. See, there are two ways. One is you can let algorithms or Google to decide your brand, or you can take these steps to build or carve your own brand by taking some steps that I'm going to cover today. So, what is your unique value? What do you bring to the table? What differentiates you? When people think about you, what are they thinking? What is the first thing that comes to their mind? This whole thing we need to work on, and we have to feed information. We have to feed what we want people to think about us when they think about us. And that is the core essence of personal branding. And if you think about, maybe take any famous personality, right? When you think about them, what comes to your mind? It is not that it all happened automatically for them. They took special steps, careful steps to build their brand in your eyes. They have taken certain steps. For example, Steve Jobs, when he launches an iPhone, how does he come, or how he used to come? Yeah, blue jeans and a black t-shirt, right? That is what people start to relate to when we think about Steve Jobs. So similarly, what do people think about you when they think about you, right? What do they associate with you? How do they connect with you, right? That is personal brand. That is what is in the mind of people when they think about you. And we have to take the steps, the action to make that figure, that mental picture in the mind of these people. Right? So that is personal branding. And for that, you need to know what is your unique value, right? What do you bring to the table? Yeah, your unique skills, your experiences, your passion. That has to come up so that people relate to you and they think, whenever they think about you, there is a mental picture that comes in front of them. Oh yeah, this is who this person is. This is what Vidy is. This is what someone else is. That mental picture is what we want to develop, and it is a intentional activity. It is not something that happens out of the blue. It doesn't happen randomly. It is what steps you take to build that narrative, to create your story. See, you can do SWOT analysis, for example. It is something that you can find out what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, what opportunities you have, and what are the threats that you need to manage. You know, Things like this will help you to evolve your brand, to create, evolve, and nurture your brand. Once you know what you have, what is your unique value proposition, the next step is you have to amplify that, so that everyone can know about it. First step is creation, second is amplification. So you have to clarify your value, you have to be the solution to people's problem, which means you need to identify who are the people, who is your target audience, who you are trying to help. So the moment you think you want to create a brand, it has to have a reason. Why are you creating it? Is it because you want to apply for a new job? You want to change your career? Do you want to start your business or promote your business? What is the reason for creating a new brand or creating your personal brand? So have that thing very clear. And once that is there, you need to amplify it. You have to emphasize on your experience, your expertise, and you have to look authentic. When it should not look fake. People, when they connect with you, when they look at you, when they perceive you as a brand, it should be authentic. They should feel that passion in everything that you're doing, because whatever you do and whatever people see you doing, it has to resonate with your brand. Okay, so be very, very mindful of this. And one thing that you can do there is to do value proposition. What value do you bring to the table? Why should people connect with you? Why should they follow you? What value are you giving them? So these are some of the brand pillars you need to remember, you need to understand, and you need to build over time. Brand doesn't build right away, right? Imagine the car. Let's take an example of a very luxurious car, example BMW or Mercedes. These companies have spent a lot of effort, time, money to build the brand. So whenever people think BMW or Mercedes, they think luxury. Yeah, it didn't happen all of a sudden. These companies took specific steps to build that perception in the mind of the people, yeah, the consumers, that BMW means luxury, Mercedes means luxury. Similarly, you have to do it for your brand as well. What do you want people to remember you for? That perception, uh, that aura around you, you have to create through your personal branding. And while doing that, it is very important for you to know who is your competition. Yeah, it is not going to be you completely on your own in a market, in a greenfield market, and it is also not a good idea to do that whenever there is competition, there is motivation. You will be motivated to be competitive, to be better than your competition, and for that you will take reasonable steps. You will take action, you will have a plan to get to be better than your competition, right? So you need to create your audience profiles to see what is it that people want. Who are you helping? Like I said in the previously as well, the people that you are going to help, you need to understand their problems, and you should be the solution for their problems. So for that, you have to develop audience persona. What does that mean? For example, when I do videos, my videos are targeted to students or researchers because I can help them. Yeah, that is the brand that I'm building, and it is not there yet. I'm spending so much time and effort to build that. Similarly, think about it. What is that you are trying to do? Who is your audience? Who are you there to help? And then do competitive analysis. Who is there in the market? What are they offering? How are people reaching out to them, or how are they reaching out to their people? So this all market analysis can be done. And why are you doing this? Because you want to be different. You have to be different from the others, which is where personal branding comes in. So whenever people think about you, they relate you with something, and that relation is reflecting on your brand, and you have taken steps to get to that stage. Like, for example, even me, when people think about me, I guess they think about systematic literature reviews, because that's what I have done on my YouTube channel. And a lot of traffic that comes to my channel is for those who are looking to learn how to do systematic literature reviews. They need guidance in their PhD. They need guidance when they're studying. They need help to be successful at their studies or at research. So that is my audience. That is whom I am there to support, to help, to mentor, to guide. So that is what I'm working towards. What are you working towards? What are you thinking? What is your brand? Think about it. It is very important to understand that, and getting that clarity very, very clear. And this clarity comes with a consistent tone and visual identity. Yeah, so if you have seen all my recent videos, I'm in this black shirt and this red tie. Was that intentional? Of course it was intentional, because I want people to think, oh, have you seen that video? Maybe I don't remember his name, but he wears a black shirt and has a red tie. And that is a perception that I'm trying to create. But also there is a name, my name is there behind, there is a lamp there. So this is the frame in which majority of you would see me in the last, today's I think 43rd video that I'm doing. I have not changed. And this is what happens when you are building your brand. You're taking intentional steps to make sure that you are positioning your story, your narrative in the way that you want people to remember. Yeah. So while you do this, it is very important that you stay consistent. So if you have seen my slides, they have improved from the day one, but you will see that on top of the slide, every time my name is written, at the bottom there is always a ticker that says subscribe to my YouTube channel, because this is what I want to convey. And the fonts are same, the color combination is same, the style is same. There's always the slide deck on the right side of my video, right, on this side. So I have taken some actions, and which I have been persistent with, and I have kept those actions ongoing. So you have to remember that this is necessary. Do you see, for example, let's say BMW, have they changed their logo? Did they change the color blue and white in their logo? No, they have not. Similar with Mercedes, that three lines that they are there in the circle, they have kept that. You know why? Because people relate to one particular thing that has been told to them over and over again. Yeah. So remember that. Pick up any brand. Sometimes the brands even don't have a name, right? If you just see a M, you know I'm talking about McDonald's, right? If you see a person and KFC written next to it, I know what it is. Even without the word KFC, I know what. If I just see the name, the person, the colonel in that logo, I know what we are talking about. So that takes time and that takes consistency. So this is where creating a brand style or a brand guide comes into picture. You have to decide what color you are going to use, what font you are going to use, and you have to use that consistently. So if you, especially your photo, right? If you have a photo, use the same photo everywhere, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, or any other social media platform that you are on. Try and stick to one particular photo, so people connect, people relate. Oh, I know this person because I've seen him on YouTube, or I've seen him on LinkedIn. So that consistency, that visual identity matters, and because that is what people remember, right? So keeping that in mind and being consistent with that is very crucial to build up your presence, online presence. So when we talk about online presence, you have to do two things, at least minimum two things, I would say. One is you have to have your website. If you don't have a website, first thing is you go on WordPress or Squarespace or anywhere. There are so many ways you can create a website. You need to have a website because that is where you tell people about you. It is a channel for your brand. You are controlling the story, you are controlling the narrative. You're not relying on somebody else to tell what you are capable of. A website is where you say, this is me. These are my achievements. This is what I can do. This is how I can help you. This is what I like to do. So have a website clear and keep the same consistent formatting, colors, font, everything should be consistent across all the channels. And the second thing I would suggest is to be present on social media. At least choose one, depending upon what your profession is. If you are like a professional, maybe LinkedIn would be one. If you're artist, maybe Instagram or some other social media would be relevant. But wherever you are, make sure that you are adding value to the community that you are part of. Yeah. So you have to ensure that you regularly comment on people whom you follow. You regularly provide content that you have, and which you think will add value to the people who follow you. Why are you there? Because you are there to network. You are there to be of value to someone who wants to be like you, wants to learn from you, wants to be as good as you. So you have to be there to help people around. So make sure that you use the appropriate tools. WordPress, Squarespace is one. If you want to do content planning or scheduling, there are tools like Buffer, which will help you to automate the content creation. So if you have created 10 articles and you do not have time to regularly go and update your website, you can schedule it. So there are many tools like that which will help you to schedule all the things. This is what is called content strategy. Yeah. So content strategy is knowing that you are going to share certain amount of content to your followers on social media or on your personal website. Yeah, this content strategy is very important because you know that over the next 30 days this is what I'm going to do. Say similarly for myself, right? I decided on first from 1st March to 31st March I will do daily webinars on topics related to research. On 1st April to 30th April I have decided I will make much broader topics that will help every kind of any type of a student, not just researchers. Yeah, so that is my content strategy. Once I have the content strategy, or once you have your content strategy to build around your brand, you need to ensure that it is consistent and regular. It should not be that, oh, you posted today and you forgot tomorrow, and then you did again 3 days and then you again forgot or got busy and couldn't do it. I did 43 videos today, till today. So over the last 43 days, evenings, I have been busy recording, doing these videos. It not only means that, but I have a plan, I have a strategy, and you also have to have that. You don't have to do it daily. Maybe you can do once a week or twice a week, but whatever you decide, you have to stick to it because consistency matters. Yeah, and the more you are out there in the media, people start to relate with you, they will connect with you, they will reach out to you. And I receive so many people since just last 43 days. I have been so involved in connecting with so many new people, and the questions that they have asked, and the opportunity that they gave me to help them in their journey, it is also very fulfilling. So keep that in. And there are many tools like BuzzSumo, Canva for content creation, ideation, and stuff like that. Just be there and be very connected and be consistent. And the next thing is engagement and networking. See, the purpose of creating a brand is opening up opportunities for yourself. Yeah, what is it that you're going to do when you have a strong brand? People will reach out to you, they will see your expertise, your capability. Yeah, why are you doing what you are doing? Is so that it is a way to reflect, it is a way to show people that this is who you are, this is what you can do. That is the intention of building or actively taking steps to build your personal brand. So do that and use that to the maximum benefit. You have to ensure that you are out there, you are reachable, you are there for people to reach out to. If your followers, if your audience, they need some help, you have to be there to support them. That is how you build a very strong and powerful brand. All right, and once you are on this journey, there is always time to review and refine. Whatever you start, the strategy, it has to be revived, it has to be renewed or refined as you progress, as your journey goes on, because you learn new things which you don't know when you started the plan, right? Maybe on the 1st of March, when I decided to make daily videos, I didn't knew what was it that I would make. So I had initially planned set number of videos, but as the journey started, the feedback that I received, I had to go back and tweak my plan and create content that was aligning with my audience. So you have to do that. Review and refine is is an integral part of brand building and brand growth. Yeah, so that is all. I hope you were able to get some information that will give you some guidance on how you should progress with your personal brand building journey. All right, I've got some recommended resources for you. There is one self-assessment checklist which you can find from PwC or PricewaterhouseCoopers website. It is a good workbook that will help you to get self-reflect on where your personal brand is. So do check that out. This is the QR code. There are certain books I would recommend. One is called Influencer: Building Your Personal Brand in the Age of Social Media by Brittany. Do check that out. It is a nice read. Personal Branding for Dummies. You always have seen. And this is a very good example of a brand itself. Every time you think of dummies, right? Personal branding for dummies, finance for dummies, studying for dummies. They have created this yellow, black, and blue color as the brand that whenever you think about this book, it is this kind of a series of books on for dummies. Building a story brand. Yeah, this is also another nice book. So do check these 3 books out. The links to these are there in my Amazon link in the description of this video. 3 TED Talks I would recommend. One is Own Your Personal Brand by Jenny Flinders. Second is 5 Steps to Building a Personal Brand You Feel Good About, and How to Build Your Powerful Personal Brand. So these are the 3 videos, TED Talks I would suggest you look and learn from. All right. That is all in today's session. I'm going to be talking about tomorrow on how to use ChatGPT or generative artificial intelligence to create a structure for your research paper. Yeah, if you are a researcher and you're struggling to write your research paper, your journal paper, or you're procrastinating, or you're just stuck, you don't know how to structure your paper, come and listen to me tomorrow, and I'll show you step by step what is it that you need to do to create a complete structure that will get you off the writer's block. All right. Thank you very much and have a good evening. Bye.